I wanted to come out, and I think it's important to remember offensive linemen because they can make a huge difference in an NFL game and everything. I mean, you talk about the Cowboys who had one of the best offensive lines because they just kept drafting offensive lineman after offensive lineman, and it created such a powerhouse in terms of running the football and creating protection for guys like Dak. That it was just so fun to watch. But I will say that I had to go.
Those were good times, by the way. I miss those days.
Yes. So because I brought that up, I wanted to go with a guy that the first round tackle they drafted in Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa, who, by the way, I feel like Iowa at this point is just they just pump out offensive linemen for the NFL. Yeah. Like that's what they're known for. But I mean, you want to talk about a guy in his rookie season who showed out. We talked about Antoine Winfield Jr. We need to talk about Tristan Wirfs. I mean, once again, their first round pick, the 13th overall selection in the 2020 NFL draft, played 1,073 snaps, only allowed one sack during the regular season. So as a rookie, and as we go into the Titans, I'll explain a little bit more about another play that I'm looking at. But as just with Tristan Wirfs, to allow only one sack as a rookie was incredible to me. I think, give you guys a little bit more of a background on Tristan Wirfs, though, before I get into it. What makes it impressive is, he was a former five-star, I'm trying to, on his 24/7 profile here, he went to Mount Vernon, Iowa high school. Went to high school in Mount Vernon. Was a former four-star recruit out of Mount Vernon, and was a guy I think that was highly regarded in terms of his size. Already 6'5", coming out of high school, 320. I mean, that's just size. You can't teach size. Mm-hmm. So once again, a former four-star recruit out of Mount Vernon High School, and a guy that you really thought was going to be special. Played very admirably at Iowa, and was a main reason as to why I was able to run the ball so effectively. And his first season, he came out and absolutely balled. I think, in my opinion, I feel like he was a main reason as to why that Tom Brady was so comfortable. Because you look at a guy like Tristan Wirfs, if you can protect Tom Brady, the rest of the NFL should just watch out. Because I mean, when you consider the fact that if you can protect him and he can just throw all over you, and you can do that with a guy like Tristan Wirfs, I mean, it's just incredible. So, no, I think he was absolutely a player that really helped turn the Bucs around this year, and is a big reason as to why they're in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. I know as a former pass rusher, you don't like hearing that offensive linemen are typically some of the smartest guys. Mm-hmm. When they're good, they tend to, especially centers, but even the tackles and guards, they have to have a really rare combination of size and intelligence and athleticism in order to be great at their position. Yep. And when an O lineman is great, you don't ever notice them unless you're the type of football nerd who really can pay attention to line play and watch what's happening in the trenches. And to be a 22-year-old rookie, to only allow one sack a whole season, like that's just mind-boggling. Like that, there's nowhere to go but up from there. Like it's like, or I mean, maybe I'm phrasing that wrong, but I'm just like the sky's the limit with that kind of talent, at least for a few years. And it'll be awesome for tomorrow in the Super Bowl, and I think going forward for a while for this Tampa Bay team. It's going to make it attractive whether or not Tom Brady decides to play the one more season he's contracted for with Tampa Bay. Whoever is the future quarterback down there, having a guy like this on your line is going to be a very attractive quality. Because I mean, we talk about quarterbacks never having weapons their whole career. A lot of quarterbacks have never had an O-line. Like poor Russell Wilson has never had the protection that he's needed, and we can talk about a bunch of other guys. So yeah, he's definitely a player to be keeping your eye on. And you're right about Iowa too. I mean, they play football there like it's 1935, and as long as they get these big, these giant kind of idiot savants off the farms in Iowa. Just bring them right from the hog farm to it's not Des Moines. Where is that? What city is University of Iowa in? I know there's a bunch of hog farmers yelling at their screens right now because I don't know. My mom's from Iowa, so I should know this.
Oh,
But
it's in Iowa City.
it's Iowa City. Okay, so Iowa State is in Ames then.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Iowa State, at the top of my head, yes, I believe Iowa State University. It's in Ames. Yep.
Yeah, that's because that's the Big 12 team that occasionally beats up on Texas, which is kind of embarrassing. So, and having attended the University of Minnesota for a little bit, I'm supposed to cheer against Iowa, but I just don't care about the Big Ten that much. But yeah, it's the point of all these jokes I'm making is that he's got a fantastic pedigree and has shown nothing but promise his rookie season, and yeah, he'll be fun to watch going forward.
Absolutely.